Hello, Red to Green here again with another recap. Today is January 18th, 2022, and I'm up over $200, $213.45 to be exact. I traded 2, 4, 6, 7 stocks today, and here's my P&L for the day. Interesting day. I started late. I literally was setting up my workstation at 9:06 a.m. this morning. I didn't have anything ready. I was rushing into that. I didn't have my coffee, no caffeine this morning. So it's very interesting. We had BBIG and NURO at the open, and these are the only stocks I was watching at the open, and unfortunately we didn't get anything else in after the market open, and these two stocks were the only ones I traded pretty much. Apart from a couple here and there for hoping for that momentum spike. But let's go into the BBIG. BBIG was setting up nicely for the pre-market move. It moved at that 9:10 area, 9:10 a.m. I actually was watching it to move up. I actually was thinking about, hey, what would Bunman do? And then he would probably load it up, but then it sold off. And the market open actually was looking good for the break of that 480 area. And 480 broke, but then it's immediately sold off. It didn't hold the VWAP, so I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's not happening today. And all of a sudden, this red to green started looking good. And I traded BBIG throughout the day, and I was actually down on it, trying to get this curl up on that second or third 1 minute pullback. I was hoping for that 5 break again into the 513, and I was actually start giving away money. And initially I was up around $70 between the NURO and BBIG, and I was actually hoping that BBIG would give that momentum move through 5, but it never did, and it started selling off past the VWAP, like it didn't even respect it, right? And that was kind of unfortunate, so I kind of left it alone, and I was focusing on some other stuff. And then all of a sudden we have this curl right through VWAP, and it actually signified a false breakout of a VWAP, and it was actually a nice area to watch, because now that I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, 460 was the support, and also 458. So again, 460 was that 5-minute dump candle right previously right here. So it was a nice area to watch. So whoever got in, congrats to those people. I didn't. I started to scalp around the 490 area into the 5. I did scalp it a little bit. I was up, I believe, up $40 on it at that point, and I was kind of tunnel visioning the whole break, and I even talked about it during the live stream. I saw that halt level was 531 and was moving up. It wasn't as quick as I was used to, like the mid-year last year. You see this spikes right into the whole the halt levels, and this is not the same behavior for BBIG today. But anyway, it did spike. It gave opportunity to get in. I believe there was a pullback around 517 to get in right into that 530, 531 spike to sell off. The resumption was decent, but I feel like it was flat. Good thing it was flat. It wasn't like completely into like negative. So I was looking for that pullback, and I did trade that pullback between 523 into the 530. Nothing crazy. Where the money came in was scalping this curl here into that 530 area again, and that's how I made majority of my money. $182. I was up around 211 on it, and then last trade, that fake breakout of 540 flushes, and I believe I lost like $50 or $40 on that. So that's when I stopped trading it. That's it for me for BBIG. It was decent stock. It was good spreads. Nothing was off about it except a couple of the moves. But even though they were decent, they were comparable to a decently moving stock. I'm glad for BBIG today. It was very readable stock, how I like to say. Now, on the other hand, let's go to NURO. NURO was nuts today. So NURO halt pretty much right away at the market open. Was it like within 5 minutes it halted, right? So I trade this red to green setups, okay, and I'm good. I'm up $40 on it or $30 on it. Together with BBIG, I was over $75 for the first 15 minutes of the market open. Then NURO halts and halt resumes higher, which is good, right? Strong. I get in and I start trading NURO for these for this curl, right? And it's not happening. It's keep going down, down, down. I was hoping the curl's going to happen at 7 and above 7, like 710. It needed to hold 7, and it didn't hold 7. It didn't even hold 690, and it went right below that hull level. And it was kind of like, okay, what's going on there? And then it instantly got bought up, so it gave me confidence to try to get in, and I started getting in around 697 for the break of that 7 setup, and I did get in I think one time at 7. So I don't remember exactly, but all I remember is I got caught. No, I didn't get caught in this flush first. You see that false 1 minute breakout here? Yeah, that was interesting, and that's actually was really concerning, and I was like, okay, it's selling off. Good thing I didn't get caught in it. But where I did get caught is in the second false 1 minute breakout at the 7, and that was actually upsetting, and I lost a good bit of money. I was down almost $40 on the day, being up $70, down $40, so lost good amount. And then interestingly enough, also this 675 break into the 690, I got caught in that as well, and that was unfortunate. So overall, I was talking about it in a live stream, you keep going back into that boxing ring to get beat up, and like, you're gonna get beat up, but you still, you're not ready to fight, whatever. You're just not a boxer or whatever, but yet you're still coming back, and or you think you're a boxer, right? Maybe you practiced a little, but then you get beat up and you're still coming back and getting beat up. I mean, some people, that's how they learn, right? By getting beat up. So you learn the techniques, right? You learn the opponent's techniques, how they tried, and then you just improve on that. And that's pretty much how NURO happened. And what I did here is, that was actually, I got lucky. I started to load up at 680, 670 in this area for the break of 85, and I loaded up in this area, and I traded 690 break into the 7 with 500 or something, or 200, some decent amount, because I did multiple trades up, and I was, my average was around 683, maybe 680, and I got out at 7. Was it 707 was the high. I got out at I believe like a 7 or something, or 699. So it was good. 20 cents, I believe, I made. So it was that's how I made my money on NURO. So that's why I got my average. I was down $35 on it, and then I became up $20, so I made $50 on this move. And then as soon as I sold, you see what happened, right? That thing just sold off right away, and it flushed. And I actually brought that up to our streamers. Not streamers, to people who are watching the stream today, is like, watch out for this, because that's exactly what's going to happen. It has a high probability that it's going to happen, and it did happen, So good thing we got out quick enough and just scalped our way through it. And the fills were pretty good on TOS, but the executions were bad, meaning you would push a buy button and it would take a minute for it to get in. But the issue was with a sell. You would you would click a sell button, and I'm mentally so used to, like, when you sell, it just sells, and then I clicked sell, but it never sold, and I'm like trying to do something else, and I look at my active trader window, and I'm like, I still have a position. That was odd. And then it sold. So it was like 4 or 5 seconds. It was really bad. What I noticed, though, you still get a decent feel, meaning whenever you click that button, whatever the price was, I think that's where it gets you filled. But don't quote me on that. But it's been overall my experience was that. Unless it's something on your side that you think you clicked, but you had no internet, never sent that signal to API. Anyway, DWAC was another one. That was a good mover today. Sometimes I wish I traded that instead of NURO, but DWAC I traded for that break of high setup again, the bull flag. And with DWAC, what I noticing is you gotta load up on it. Like, you gotta scale in. What I mean by that is if you trade that breakout, let's say this 1 minute breakout right here, if you trade that, most likely it's not going to work. So you got to give it a buffer of good 40 cents, I would say. And you got to also look at your average, whatever your average is, and getting in. If you're trading a breakup and your average is 743 here, that's not a good average. What would have been better is you averaged around 79.20 or 79 overall, right? You had those opportunities here to get in, and then you kind of just watch and feel how the stock does. Does it break that? Does it hold once it break? And it did. So that's how you trade DWAC today. And unfortunately, I was focused on BBIG because I like that better. It's a 1 cent spread. Was very good stock. Was a prime A+ stock, I think, for scalping today. BBIG. I wish it was holding up better as far as the break of highs, and it's just continuation of that. I wish we weren't on the backside as quick into the market open. I think within an hour we were done with it. But the overall market's been down, so that's expected. I don't know if I want to talk about other stock because I have PIK, SGBX. Those are just, I got them off a scanner, and I don't know, like, look at the PIK. It basically, I got in at 6:30 and I got out at 6:13, so I lost like 13-14 bucks. And then I got in at 6:13 again, and then I got out at 6:30. So that's why I'm flat on PIK, pretty much $1.68. Small share amount. I was hoping that the algos got in here, right? For that break. Well, that's not yeah, it is here. The algos got in, so I was hoping that I was quick enough, but I wasn't. There was already a pullback. So the optimal way to get in during algos is during this first 1 minute candle, somewhere around here. Average of 6 would have been nice. That's it. Average 6, you just sit through it and hoping for the 660. And as soon as you see that selling pressure coming in, it's not going higher, not making higher highs, and it's pulling back too much, you get out. So maybe at 20-30 cents here. What I was hoping is it's going to bounce here at around 30, because I was hoping like people like us, like me, would come in and push that a little higher for that break of high maybe and get out, but it never happened. It usually happened on the hot market, and it just never happened. And I just kind of traded that, and look, it actually did get to a point, but it took so long, and this is not my trading style. I don't do this. SGBX, same crap. Pop, drop, try to trade a bounce, didn't hold it, sold it, flat. ICE was another one. Actually, ICE was different. I had a little more hope for ICE, for sure, because I believe last year during summertime, ICE was a lot better mover, and people capitalized on ICE big time on it. Yeah, so pop again, hoping for that pull up again over 70. Never happened. Was a $1.70 stock, so probably 500 shares didn't mean anything, but still $3 lost on it. So I lost what, less than a cent, maybe a cent on that. So yeah, that's pretty much the day. Happy to end green, $213.45. Please hit a like button, subscribe if you like the recaps. Join me for live streams. We do this live every day on YouTube and Twitch. So if you're into this stuff, into the trading style like I do, just sit, come on over, enjoy the talk. I also do evening talk, so just subscribe to the channel so you get notification every time I go live. And we're just chilling, talking about trading stuff. And if you're into that kind of stuff, you know, other people's channels, other brokers, this conversation, just overall market condition and behavior. So yeah, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow.